From Colorado's news leader, this is 9 News at 8 a.m.
Well, if you find yourself caring for an aging parent or other loved one, this guide might be a very good resource. Dr. Marion Somers has written Eldercare Made Easier, and she knows her stuff. She's one of the top eldercare experts in the country and is in Denver, in fact, to deliver a keynote address at Mayor Hickenlooper's Spring into Health event that takes place later this week. Dr. Marion is joining us in the newsroom. It's good to see you.
Well, thank you.
First off, you say eldercare is finally getting some long overdue attention that's been given other public health issues like smoking and breast cancer. Why do you think it's taken so long?
We have an enormous issue here in our country regarding elder care, and we need more funding for it. But we need to address it individually. It has to be done on a grassroots basis, and I'm addressing people across the country in churches and synagogues and businesses so that people become more aware of this. In fact, I'm being sponsored by RLTV and Boomertown.com, who also are supporting the growing need for elder care issues to be addressed.
And we should point out you're crisscrossing the country in a refurbished bus, gathering a lot of information on this topic, and you hope to take that to Washington?
At the end of the tour, which started on the West Coast and is ending on the East Coast, I will be going to Washington, D.C. with any of the information that I have gathered, and I will share it with any politician who will listen to me.
Well, I hope a lot of them do. In the book, you talk about 10 steps that folks should take in their caring for an elder. One of them is to put your elder's financial house in order. Talk a little bit about that one.
That's a difficult subject because most elderly people feel very good about taking care of themselves and being independent. But there comes a time when they may not be able to deal with their financial issues as clearly and as comprehensively as they could or should. And that's when the family or somebody who cares about them needs to address these issues, but you need to address them very clearly and go forward with it. And it has to be put on the table as quickly as possible. You need to speak with the elderly while they are competent and they can make decisions.
One other key here before we run out of time is to improve the lifestyle of the person you're looking after. That can be a difficult one as well.
There are so many ways to improve the lifestyle. Very often an older person gets isolated. So one of the things is to bring the family into visiting them more if they can't go out, but I try to get them out as much as possible, as often as possible, and deal with all the handicapped issues that they may be facing and deal with them directly. Most restaurants and theaters have accessibility, and also airlines and buses also have accessibility, but you need to make calls ahead, prepare, and do it step by step.
All right. Well, Dr. Somers, thank you so much for joining us. It's a very important topic, and we just scratched the surface a little bit, but we'll check out the book for sure.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. If you'd like more on Dr. Marion and Elder Care Made Easier, check out our morning show webpage at 9news.com. We'll also have some information about the Mayor's Spring into Health Walk, which takes place on Wednesday. This in conjunction with the Alliance for Holistic Aging.
You're watching 9 News on My 20 TV, KTVD, Colorado's only news presented in high definition.
Thanks for joining us this morning. We'll be back on 9 News at noon on Channel 9. We'll see you then.
9news.com, 9 News Now, Weather Plus, My 20. The 9 News Networks, where news comes first.